Merida is my favorite food city in all of Mexico. Sorry, Oaxaca, but just look at this. And the crazy part is that most of the iconic Yucatecan dishes that you can find here aren't even known outside of Mexico. So today we're going to take you around our adopted hometown to show you why Merida is one of Mexico's culinary gems. And our first stop is in a neighborhood that most tourists probably wouldn't end up in, but it is totally worth checking out. Let's get started. So this place is called Huevos Motoleños y Más, and we're here for a Yucatecan breakfast favorite, Huevos Motoleños. So you know when the name of the dish is in the restaurant name that it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And just look at this beauty. It's gonna be an absolute flavor bomb. Huevos motoleños, it is from the state of Yucatan, and it's 2 fried eggs on top of fried tortillas and like a tangy tomato sauce, queso de bola, fried plantains, habanero. It's everything you can want in a breakfast dish. It is so good. It's gonna be hard to continue the food exploration today because it's such like a massive plate, but the flavor of this is just so phenomenal. And if you come to Merida, you definitely have to try it. So the town that invented this dish is like 30 minutes outside of Merida and is called Motul, hence the name Huevos Motoleños. And if you zoom in on the map, there is a restaurant inside the main market on the town square that has 7,000 5-star reviews. I think it's called Doña Evelia, and she just built an absolute empire of Huevos Motoleños. And even though we absolutely love this breakfast dish, our next stop is probably our #1 favorite Yucatecan food of them all. Are you ready? This is on you because I don't know if I have space.
I'm ready. We almost missed this meal. Important to note, even though it's weird, if you want to have cochinita, it has to be early in the morning. So we got here and he's almost sold out, but he had enough for 1 torta, which is a sandwich, and you're about to see. And I'm very excited because it looks amazing. So we're about to try, you guessed it, the iconic Cochinita Bibio, which is my favorite. I love this dish so much. And funny enough, this dish was rated the best food in the world a few years ago. And we've had quite a lot, and it's hard to tell which one's better. Here in the Yucatan state, it's always incredible at the markets. But this place has a lot of really good reviews, and they're so nice, and I love them. And I know this is gonna be delicious because it looks incredible. Is tender, juicy, savory, flavorful. He puts the bread in the juice from the cochinita, and it's just love.
So a couple of important things to know. Merida is kind of considered the cultural capital of the entire region. It's also the biggest city in the entire Yucatan Peninsula. And also this area, the Yucatan Peninsula, was once the center of the Mayan civilization. And why that's important is because this dish kind of has Mayan roots. So Bibio means cooked underground, and that's a very traditional Mayan cooking method. But it's also kind of like a fusion dish because it was the Spanish who brought over the pork, which also completes this dish. But it is just a medley of delicious flavor. I think they marinate the pork in sour orange, which makes it super tender and flavorful and gives it that orange color. And then you have the purple pickled onions, which are also on a lot of dishes here. I think what might set apart El Pato from other Cochinita Bibio that we've tried before is that they grill and toast the bread, which I don't know that we've ever had, and it is actually absolutely phenomenal. And that's one of the really cool things about like living in a place is that you can come to a place like this and kind of discover it. We're literally in the middle of nowhere, and this is awesome, and I love it.
You guys, Merida is filled with hidden gems like Cochinita, El Pato. One of the best ways that we find places like this is to open maps, type the name of the dish plus near me, and you're gonna see a bunch of options. Just make sure that they have good reviews and that they have a lot of reviews. You're usually gonna be fine. Obviously for that, you're gonna need internet, and the best way to have reliable internet while you're traveling is with this video sponsor, Ola Fly. If you're like us and you like to adventure to places like this, you never have to worry about Google Maps not working, not being able to get an Uber back to Centro, or even using the Translate app if you need to ask for anything in Spanish. Their plans have unlimited data, so there are never any surprise fees or any risk that your internet is gonna stop working all of a sudden. So feel free to send all the pictures you want to your friends and family. They're gonna be so jealous of all the delicious Yucatecan foods that you're having. Getting Ola Fly is super easy. You just download it and install it before your trip, and you just simply activate it the moment you land in Mexico. And if you're going somewhere else, they have plans in over 200 destinations all over the world. So if you want to have a more adventurous and hassle-free vacation, make sure to sign up to Ola Fly by using the link in the description or the first pinned comment. Or if you're watching on TV, make sure to scan the QR code right here. And please do not forget to use the code Waste of the World. That will give you 5% of your purchase, and it also tells Ola Fly that we are a good partner. Thank you so much in advance. And now we're gonna have our favorite tacos in all of Merida.
Cochita moche azul.
Sí, por aquí, cocinita.
Muchas gracias. ¿Esos dos son de habanero? ¿Las salsas?
Todo es habanero, solo
Todo
que
es
está muy
habanero.
buena, por eso traje demasiada.
Ok.
Ese es habanero con especias, tomate y jugo de carne. Está
Ajá.
muy buena, pica más o menos. Es
Ok.
poquito. Estas dos son habanero con naranja agria y sal, son de picor intermedio. Esta está temada con un toque de ajo y un crudo sin ajo, y lo más picante el habanero natural.
Ok.
La cebolla no pica, es curtida con naranja agria y sal. Y ese es naranja agria, no manejamos limón.
Ok, gracias. Gracias. Did you get all that? I guess speaks fast, huh? Basically, this is all habanero, which is the way it should be in the Yucatan. It's just like loaded up with spice, start sweating, it's all delicious. Look at these. Right now we are in familiar territory. This is La Terraza Amarilla Todo Esquisito, and this is one of our favorite taco places in the world for two reasons. Number one, they have handmade tortillas, which are just way more flavorful, and they hold the taco meat and taco stuff just way better than the machine pressed ones. And the tacos, the toppings here are a little bit more gourmet, and they're all Yucatecan. So we're gonna try two very special ones right now. The first one is called Relleno Negro, and it could be a little bit, I don't know, maybe off-putting with the black color, but it is one of the most delicious things that you can get here. It's typically turkey or chicken, and then the black color comes from like burnt chilies that they use to make the sauce. It's all cooked underground, boiled egg on top. I'm going for it. This is honestly a phenomenal taco. So Relleno Negro is absolutely a must-try when you're here in Merida or anywhere on the Yucatan Peninsula. It is very, very local, and actually a lot of Mexicans haven't even heard of it. It has this awesome smoky flavor, and it's just like the perfect amount of spice. And if you add all like the different habanero toppings, it makes it even better.
And we're washing this all down with this delicious drink. This is jugo de chaya, or chaya juice. This is also very local, very Mayan. It's like a spinach. It's super healthy, and they make delicious juices. Guys, this place is unbelievable. We love it so much here that we came here like 3 years ago. We have been here several times. They just are amazing. You have to try these tacos when you come here. I'm gonna leave that video, the old food video, so you can see us 3 years ago devouring, is that the word? Devouring like 8 tacos here.
This is a taco. This is amazing. So what we're trying now is called a queso de bola taco, and this is kind of a funny one because queso de bola is Edam cheese, so cheese from the Netherlands. And you might be thinking, like, I thought this was a Yucatecan food tour. Well, it turns out that queso de bola is super, super popular on the Yucatan Peninsula. I'd say especially so in like Campeche and the state of Yucatan, less so in Quintana Roo in our experience. But the story goes that it was brought here for trading when they were trading like the sisal fibers from the Yucatan. They brought the cheese over to trade, basically. And now it is in so many popular dishes, you'll see it everywhere. And I'm gonna eat it.
Maybe you're on something that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. That's another reason why this is funny, because I'm Dutch, and it's like a little, or my parents are Dutch, my family's from the Netherlands, and it's like a little touch of home from the motherland here in Mexico. Anyway. So this queso de bola taco has like 2 thick grilled slices of Edam cheese and also ground meat and I think olives and also a hard-boiled egg. And this is a beautiful mix of ingredients. We've also had queso de bola ice cream before in Campeche, which we hated. I already smelled it and it's super cheesy. Like, it tastes like cheese ice cream and I'm just not a fan of it.
Next up, we have a treat called Marquesitas. This is definitely the Yucatan Peninsula's favorite treat. So when the sun starts to set, you'll see all these little carts like pop all over the city. And for sure, you're always going to see one Marquesita one. We have a favorite we're about to show you. Let's go get a Marquesita. So the wafer of the Marquesita is kind of like an ice cream cone wafer. And it's funny because we tried these for the first time in Cozumel like 3 years ago. And we tried the traditional cheese version, like queso de bola is what they use. And it was good, like we did like it, but it was kind of weird with like the sweet wafer cone and the cheese. I don't know, kind of strange. And then we went to Campeche and in there we were like, let's try one of the sweet ones. So we tried one with chocolate and there's obviously a clear winner. That was such a stupid bite. They're delicious. This is like such a good treat. The story of how Marquesitas were invented is kind of funny. So there was an ice cream shop owner who noticed that his ice cream was not selling really well during the winter months because locals thought it was too cold during winter to eat ice cream. The funny part is that winter here is sunny and 85 degrees, 80 degrees if there's a cold front. So this guy had the need to invent a savory treat with melted cheese and all the stuff so people could handle a dessert, like I guess proper for winter, melted cheese, like Switzerland. That's funny. It's funny now because we live here and we heard on the radio the other day that there was a cold front coming, a cold front that was 85 degrees, and people were like complaining, and they were like, oh, this is gonna be over soon, and in 3 days it's gonna go back to normal, and normal is like over 100 degrees, but they were like, it's all gonna be good in 3 days. We'll be fine. We just have to handle the cold front. In this video, we're trying to show you one of the best parts of life in Mexico. And if you're someone interested in moving here, we send a weekly email with a bunch of useful information from like how to get Mexican residency to how to make Mexico feel like home. It's a really fun email, I promise. If you're interested, the link is going to be in the description and then we can just chat via email. Sign up, it's a good one, it's good. If you're subscribed to it, leave a comment and tell people how useful it is. It's kind of loud. Let's continue eating.
So we mentioned that so many Yucatecan foods are basically not really known outside of Mexico, and we're gonna keep that going. So we already explored the huevos motoleños and the relleno negro, and now we're doing 2 other dishes that whenever people come here to Merida and they try them, they automatically become favorites. First up, sopa de lima. So Mexico is definitely famous for its soups, and probably the most known are the pozoles, but here on the Yucatan Peninsula, and specifically in the state of the Yucatan state, the most famous is sopa de lima. Sounds like a weird option when it's 102 degrees outside, but it is pretty refreshing because they use lime juice to season it and make it tangy. And this is kind of like a gourmet version that I have in front of me right now. We've had some, I guess, more homey versions, and it definitely looks a little bit different, but it should still be delicious. Excelente. So it's like a chicken broth, and then with the lime juice, it again does make it really like refreshing and tangy. Typically, I think it's served with turkey because turkey is a very popular meat in the Yucatan Peninsula. This is chicken, but it's really delicious. I like it.
This one is not exactly like a Yucatecan dish, but we saw it on the menu and I couldn't resist. It's like a plantain croquette, is what it said. And it looked good, like we haven't eaten enough food. Yummy. This restaurant is kind of not fancy, but like a nicer restaurant. They say they have like contemporary Yucatecan cuisine. That's why the presentations are a little like trendy, but the food's really good. This is definitely the fanciest panucho I have ever seen. This is another favorite. This food should be known internationally. It's a deep fried tortilla that they open and they put like a bean paste inside. And then you can have all these different toppings. And we asked for relleno negro because we love relleno negro. And relleno negro always comes with an egg on top. And it should be delicious. You can also do cochinita, chicken, turkey, all kinds of other things. But this looks amazing. This is legit one of my favorite dishes. I don't have it often because it's very fried, but I love it when we get to have it because it is so good. That tortilla with the beans inside, game changer.
So this is another torta. So this morning we had a torta with Coachita Bibio, and this is with Pochuk. So this is another very famous dish from the Yucatan, the state of Yucatan, and it was invented in a town called Mani, which means peanut in some places that speak Spanish, not in Mexico. But it's pork marinated in the sour orange that they also use, the bitter orange that they also use for Coachita Pibil. But what's different with this one is that they grill the pork instead of cook it underground, and I love it, so I'm gonna eat it. This bukchuk is super flavorful. It has like a nice grilled charred flavor to it, and the citrus marinade makes the pork very tender. If I have to be honest though, the torta or the bun itself is not the freshest. It was a lot better at El Pato this morning. But anyway, I hope this all gave you some great inspiration for Yucatecan foods to eat here in Merida when you are visiting, or if you move here, then you can eat these for the rest of your life, which is awesome. Also, there are great international options here too in Merida, and we're going to film a video about that very soon. So when that's published, we'll leave that right here. And remember to sign up to Ola Fly if you're coming to Mexico for a visit so you can stay connected, and use our code Ways of the World for 5% off. And sign up to our newsletter because it's awesome. Thanks for watching.